start recording.
Okay, great.
There we go.
Lizzie, nice haircut.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rahim, for noticing. Yeah, almost all the dye is gone.
So Lizzie, is that because you've had 2 shots and feel safe?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm waiting for, in our work quarantine pod, one more person needs a second shot.
Yeah.
Which is tomorrow, I think, and then 2 more weeks, and then my ragged, I don't know if you can see it, probably not right now, my hair, I haven't been.
Very long.
It's very, very
Yeah, it is
long.
very long. Yeah.
I love it.
Well past my waist. No,
I could not have it long. I have way too much hair and it's so thick.
Yeah, it's just that I just didn't feel comfortable going.
Yeah.
Even though I'm
here.
protected, I didn't feel comfortable maybe bringing germs back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I actually, I haven't gotten a haircut at all. I cut my own hair, but I think Rahim, you went to get a haircut, right?
Yeah, but from my friend. My friend from town,
cool.
so that's my hair.
Oh yeah. Yours is nice too, Rahim.
Thank you. You're just saying that, Lizzie. You're just saying that.
You know who gave me 2 COVID haircuts? Helen.
Oh, wow.
Because she's my next door neighbor. So we went outside in the patio and she just got it.
All right, so calling the meeting to order and review of the agenda. We don't have much today other than our focus will be the UNNC election and its upcoming marketing. So I believe we have everybody who's familiar already with meeting rules and protocols. Do we have anyone who would like to make public comments? Okay, seeing none, moving on to the next item, board member news stories update. I think we still continue to post as we get things, right, Rahim?
Yeah, and you know what? Well, it's not a story, but Hugh emailed us a video that he's hoping can be, it's a video. Yeah. Oh, and you responded, so yeah. Okay.
And I have something that apparently I have to edit from Dan Cagle and Elizabeth Finner on virtual events for Earth Day that that you can go to without going, which is, so Earth Day is, it's not finished. Earth Day is a week from today. So I'm going to prioritize getting that edited on Saturday and to you guys to hopefully get up on the web before Earth Day.
And then I will have, I would like to write a piece regarding the elections and basically in advance of the candidates forum on the 29th. So probably a week before. So by the 22nd, I should have something ready. Would that be okay? Would that be a good time?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys thought you had nothing. Surprise.
No, I'm glad we keep getting just random ones in at any time, so that's great. And for Hughes, Rahim, I'll just follow up with him to make sure he's okay with it, because I couldn't find a solo link of the video to post on our website, so we might just post it as a story on the website. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then we'll await Laura and Lizzie's stories as well. For website updates, we continue to make some stride in the updates that we need to make. I don't know if you have a better update, Rahim.
Yeah, because you weren't at that meeting last week, right? You missed it. With Anne, with Anne and Taylor.
I wasn't able to join that one.
Yeah, I mean, what you said, we have like a list of issues that we're working through that are like prioritized, and we're making some pretty good headway, just kind of like picking off the low-hanging fruit and making small little tweaks to make the website a little bit incrementally better. So we're moving right along.
We are exploring a live feed of governing board meetings, and we will have a better update, I think, in the coming weeks about what that would look like. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're, as the June 15th deadline comes for the lifting of the emergency order, we'll have to figure out and discuss really what meeting in person will look like. So part of this, that whole situation is looking at a live feed of the meeting so that we decrease the number of people that are actually showing up physically. That way we don't risk anyone's health if they haven't gotten the vaccine. But that's to TBD.
Well, yeah, Gabby, do you have inside knowledge of this? We have not, I mean, I know the governor said June 15th, but do we have, I mean, I have not received any information from Dunn that we're able to have a board meeting in person, which would be it would be July 1 for us.
Yeah, same here. I have a lobbyist for my job that monitors Brown Act things and items, and right now they're looking at codifying most of like what the emergency order already made possible, which is remote meetings. But there isn't anything that will allow us to continue to meet remotely if there isn't a state emergency.
Correct.
So at this time, we are looking at meeting in person either by June or July, depending on what Dunn tells us. For my job specifically, it'll be in July. That will be required to meet in person. So
yeah,
yep.
Well, that's why I know there would have to be adjustments to the Brown Act to allow even the committees to meet by Zoom.
Yeah.
Right now there is a way under the Brown Act to have virtual, but it's not, it's beyond what we could do technologically, I think, because it requires that you have a combination where you have a accessible meeting place and the chair, at minimum the chair, but this chair and probably any other UNNC chair would say, I don't want to be by myself. But the chair has to be present. It has to be ADA accessible. Members of the public could come in, and then it would be virtual as well, but we wouldn't have the technology to do it that way.
No, we wouldn't. And it's just, it'll be kind of a hot mess to try and coordinate logistics for that. But anyway, so that's a little bit of other information regarding our website updates. But we'll have, I think, more at the next meeting. Michael, who is a volunteer working on the website with me, we've been meeting weekly to look at different options for live feeds. And that's it for that. So moving on to, unless Raheem, you have anything else? Okay, moving on to the next item 5, the 2021 UNNC election. So we're looking at marketing and social media outreach. And so this is the item I think that Lizzie, you may have the most to contribute to. So if you'd like to take the lead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So thank you very much for the support to the communications team and to Laura, our elections committee co-chair. So we had, we presented at the governing board and last night at the West Adams Avenue's Neighborhood Association meeting. Some candidates were present. Raheem, we missed you. Sorry, you couldn't make it. But it was okay. It was well attended, about 30 people. So that was a good thing. On the website, I sent everything, all my suggestions, my requests to Anne and Doug. Doug actually revamped, updated the whole elections page. So they're only waiting for that header that I had requested. So I'm not sure who is working on that.
Yeah, the graphic designer was working on it. He sent us a note today that he was working on it today. So it's going to be pretty simple. Hopefully, if he doesn't have it by late tonight, I'm sure he'll have it by sometime tomorrow.
Do you have an idea of what it will look like? Will it be people? The animated characters?
What did I tell him? I told him to maybe look at including some of the characters, yeah, but it was gonna still, the text was gonna remain the same.
Yeah,
It's gonna be 2021 neighborhood elections or whatever the text is that's on the banner right now.
mhm.
But we were gonna incorporate the font that we've been using on our materials and maybe a couple of characters, yeah.
Okay. So nothing too,
Elaborate.
we were thinking maybe something that would showcase our diversity, because as an it's this is one of the neighborhood councils that we can really say we are quite diverse. And I think that is something that we can market a lot and showcase, highlight, feature. I don't know if it's possible, still possible to do that.
Yeah, let me see what he comes back with initially, and then I'll give him some notes if we need, and then we'll.
All right.
Yeah, I think the initial request did include the inclusion of the characters,
Mhm.
all the different kinds of characters, so that we can sort of visually create that diversity. So I think Raheem is doing a good job at coordinating that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
I think I forwarded him your request with a little note. So if that was in the details, then I'm sure he'll hit the mark.
oh, you know what? You did.
did it.
You did actually. I just found the email right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna look for it, but okay.
So it should have what you requested, Lizzie.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, he has
So
access to
Laura's
everything.
raising her hand whenever.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as you know, I did a little bit of a dive into the actual statistics once we had them from controller. And I just would like our materials, broadly speaking, so not just election, but in broadly speaking, to recognize that depending on the section of our community, we have plurality Latinx in the north, right, with a larger mix of white and Asian, and a lesser group, I mean, north of the freeway, lesser African American. And then obviously when you hit the freeway and go south from there, lesser Asian. But there is no majority anything. It's always, what they say, plurality. So in some of our census tracts, we'll have 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So I think we need to be sure that we have obviously Latina, Latino, white, Asian, and that's a mix of Korean and elderly Japanese. But we can't have all of it in every one, obviously. But I feel like we need to be sure that we're showing that. And I think there's diversity within the Latin, I can't even pronounce it, Latinx community. I don't know if you can visually show that, but I feel that since our numbers are so, it's not an even 25% each, obviously, but we really are, like Lizzie said, extremely diverse. So over time, we should think about that. I mean, and there's some easy ways to do it. I mean, Asian American Heritage Month is May. Let's do something that, not with the election, but, other noting that just as an easy peasy way to do it, for example. So, I'm not being specific, but I just think we need to reflect that a little better.
Yeah, well, I think the election materials have done a good job of reflecting diversity. I think the important thing to remember about any pushes for diversity now is that there should be a focus also on groups that have been historically underrepresented. So it's not just about now making things completely equitable. It's about like, what can we do to really shine a light on communities that haven't had a light shown on them before, which I think is what we've done. So totally open if anybody feels.
You weren't here when I was kvetching that while we were waiting for you, that I've spent 5 years and really the last several months, especially trying to do exactly that with one small group and doing an academic study. And it's very frustrating, just very frustrating to show the hidden stories. So yes.
I'm sure.
Well, dealing with a city, it's like, hey, you guys, stop pushing back. You say you want to, and then you don't. So.
Okay, so as far as the website, so that is the only item that would be missing. Also, regarding marketing, we might need a artwork for a banner to be placed where the official drop-off box will be, which is, I don't know if all of you are familiar with the library on Jefferson. Yes.
Yes.
So where the box is, there are 2 palm trees right next, and the box is right in the middle. So I was thinking maybe a banner that could be posted, tied up to the 2 palm trees.
Okay.
And
do you already have a
could,
vendor who could print the banner?
Well, Print Depot said that they could print one. I haven't asked them yet, but I just don't have an idea what the
Dimensions.
optimal size would need to be, because those Mickey Mouse banners won't do. I mean, this is it would have to be kind of.
No, it would have to be a vector file, but I'm sure the graphic artist knows that, because so it can get bigger.
Yeah, but it should still be in the appropriate dimensions so that it's
Correct.
scaled properly. Yeah.
I can try to find out over the weekend. Go there with my measuring tape.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Lizzie, does it make sense to make it generic, assuming we actually had a storage place, but something like UNNC elections vote here, and not put 2021 and not put the address?
Sure, something that we could reuse,
Right.
of course.
Yeah, and then just roll it up and we carefully store it.
Yeah.
Because this will not be inexpensive to produce.
Yes, I agree. We can definitely do that. Yes, something that we can use in the years to come. Okay, so I'll get that the specifics.
If you can get like some approximate width of between the palm trees, and if you just snap a picture of like the palm trees in the box, just that we can take it from there.
Yes. All right. Okay, I will. Thank you. And then on social, before going on to social media, on the candidates forum. So it will be on Thursday, April the 29th. As I will ask the candidates to be there at 6:30, and it will go from 7 to 9. It will be a webinar. I actually kind of looked at other candidate forums, and I realized that if we do a Q&A from the audience, it's not gonna work because it will get very messy. And I think we should really focus on the candidates and what they can offer, and give them a voice, and give them that time for them. So basically it would be a 2-minute self-introduction, followed by maybe 2 or 3 questions that will be submitted to them, presented to them at the forum, and they can just respond to each question for about a minute or 2 max, and it will have to be really restricted using one of those apps, the timer apps. I have also asked Jeff Camp to be the moderator, so he would be asking the questions to the audience. So
Lizzie,
yes.
Is there going to be any sort of distinction, I guess, between like there's candidates who are running in a contested election and then some that aren't? So will there
Yes.
be any more time given to the candidates who are in the contested elections versus the ones who aren't, or is it just going to be completely equitable, or what are you thinking?
I think it's going to be completely equitable. Just the order might be a little different depending on whether they are from a contested
Mhm.
field or uncontested, and then also make a distinction between area and at large
Okay.
candidates. Yes, but I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 fields where it's
Yeah.
contested.
Yeah.
Other than like yours is no, you're
Yeah.
all in. So
Yeah.
if you vote for yourself, you're in.
There's 3 contested.
Yes.
It's Arlington Heights, one at Jefferson Parks, and then
Yes.
Harvard Heights.
And Harvard Heights. Yes, that's right. Mhm. So that oh, so yes, Laura, so Jeff sent me a Zoom link that he had actually prepared, but
No.
I'm not sure if
No, that's not.
that will that work, right?
Well, I'm checking now to see if I'm checking our new email to see if Gibson sent us our thing, because I don't know what Jeff would be using.
Probably his personal.
Yeah, but he doesn't have webinar. Huh.
Right. I think his was just a Zoom link, a general.
Well, I am attempting to log into the new Yahoo email. And Raheem, it's telling me the password you gave me is invalid, by the way. So I'm not able to log in to see if Gibson sent us our webinar. Huh. We'll
Have
do
you
this
logged in?
offline, won't we?
Have you logged in before?
No, I hadn't bothered.
No.
Well, no, it's suddenly pertinent because it's pertinent, but you want to log, you can log. I don't want to say what it was over the Zoom.
Well, it was what it was. I mean, whatever I email, I don't know it to be anything different than what I emailed you. So
yeah, right. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll do this offline. We won't do it in the middle of the meeting. But Lizzie, I don't know what Jeff was using, but I don't, if it wasn't a webinar, then I don't know.
Okay, then it's okay. We still have some time, so let's figure it out offline.
Right.
Okay. But there was also, we had kind of discussed if it would be possible to live stream it
Anne
on
is
the
doing the
website. I think you were gonna ask Anne about
Anne's
it.
been experimenting, but not with our webinar format.
Okay.
So
All right. So that's something that
We determined with Michael that we can. So if it's a one-time thing, we can make it happen, and we've been working with Anne. So
okay.
awesome. Okay.
we can talk about it a little bit more. I would need access to whomever is hosting the Zoom.
Yeah, no, what we're trying to do,
meeting.
Gabby, is Raheem set us up a new, in effect, a Zoom email for us, a UNNC, but at Yahoo.
Mhm.
And as I was just saying, I don't want to say everything on the recording. The password's not working. So Raheem and I mean, in other words, it may be that if I didn't do it fast enough, they've canceled it and it says forgot password, but I don't, anyway, we'll do it. And then that email is the one that Dunn has assigned to the renewed license for the webinar format of Zoom for us.
Yeah.
So that's the good news, but the bad news is I can't get in at the moment. So to see if Gibson sent it to us a second time, he sent it to us before we had set it up, so that didn't work.
Cool.
So, once that is it, the host or hostess will be whoever we want it to be, because that won't be a secret. It's not, I don't mean it's everyone's going to have it, but the Zoom host is UNNC is the Zoom host, I guess best way to say it. But
Okay.
Jeff is the moderator.
Yes, he will be the moderator. Okay, and I will be introducing the whole thing, but also at the beginning and at the end, I will be giving very basic information on people will still have a chance to request ballots and how to vote and where to drop off their ballots, all that, just very briefly at the beginning and at the end. Okay, so I guess that's all for the candidates forum. Now on social media, so let's see, we have some key dates. So April the 29th is the forum. So until then, obviously we focus on promoting the forum. And then May 18 is the last day to request ballots. So we can use all that time after the forum. So that would be basically the whole May until the 18th to encourage stakeholders to request their ballots. And then that last week from the 18th to the 25th for people to vote.
18th to 25th. Okay.
Yes.
And Lizzie,
Yes.
there's a physical form you could fill out to request a ballot too, or no? Like,
There's the application, the paper application form, and all those buttons are already available on our webpage.
well, I'm saying, so like, if somebody printed out a form and handed it to me, I could theoretically like fill that in, and then you mail it in, and then they mail you your ballot.
Right. You can mail it in, you can fax it, you can take a picture and email it as an attachment. So there's 3 ways to
Okay.
Request a ballot via the paper application. You can also do it 100% online via the application portal.
Okay. I'm asking because the Arlington Heights Neighborhood Association, we are planning a shredding event, like a spring cleaning shredding event.
Yeah.
It'll be before, I think we're planning it for before May 18th. And so I'm wondering if at this event, people are just gonna be like driving up, dropping off stuff shredded, but like we're at the Neighbor Association is asking for UNNC's co-sponsorship financially. So I'm wondering if there's something we could do at this event to kind of encourage people to request a ballot.
Yeah.
I think if we have them like, if we have the paper things ready to go to give people.
Yes, yes.
Would the election, is there any money for postage in the elections budget? Like, do we have money for some postage?
That I don't know.
Well, postage,
I can't-
how much postage? To
I
whom?
don't know, like $100 worth or something, you know, like nothing crazy, but like, I'm trying to think of like lowering, like it's already ridiculously hard for people to vote in this thing. And so I'm trying to think of like ways to remove these barriers to get people to request a freaking ballot, right? And so like if we're like, hey, you're showing up at the shredding event, fill out this form, we'll mail it in for you, you'll get a ballot, you can vote. Or we give it to them with like an addressed and stamped envelope that they, you know, just like, again, it's like one less thing for people to have to like do to get this thing out.
Yeah, well, to apply for the ballot at that late stage, they really need to be scanning and emailing it into the clerk, because that's just an application for a ballot. Then they still have to get the ballot. So I don't know how you're doing the shredding event. Also, Raheem, if you look at your phone, you should be getting a verification code sent to you for, you can type me back the verification code. Did you get one?
I did.
Thank you. So type me back the verification code in the chat. But anyway,
yeah. So,
if this is a real event, if
this is something that I need to ask Robertino, because the math just doesn't add up. If the last day to request a ballot is May 18th, how are they going? There's just no way.
No, I know it's just crazy. But the point is, if this is a real in-person event, Raheem, is there any way to have a scanner at it where we could scan for them and email it in for them?
Well, here's the question. Are we allowed to collect
I was just
these
gonna ask that.
applications and email them to Dunn or to whoever, to the city clerk? Like, does an individual have to send in their own application for a ballot? Or can we send in like a group of them that we collect ourselves?
Yes, I mean.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
tell you at the city clerk's office, the city clerks are allowed to do it, but we're not encouraged to do it. So I wonder what it looks like for neighborhood councils, those rules. Would Dunn have the answer to that, Lizzie or Laura?
Well, I will
No,
certainly
the clerk
ask
has
them.
the answer.
Yeah.
Robert Tino has the answer.
I will ask. There's two other things that I need to ask him. So
Oh
this
yeah,
will
that'd be great.
This will be number 3 for sure.
Because I mean, we have like I have a scanner app on my phone. Like we can just scan them, you know, and like
yeah,
submit
literally,
them,
you
you
can
know?
just take a picture of the form and send it as an attachment. That's what has been recommended. But as far as doing it massively from one person, that's another ball game. So I will definitely ask them. But you know what, Rahim? That idea has been proposed by many here on my block. Yes, my neighbors are getting ready to do that. But I told them, I don't know, you know, I'm not, because we are also risking them not being approved. So I want to ask before.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yes. All right. So I will send like suggestions and for the posts. So we have Facebook, Nextdoor, and Instagram. Okay. So on those 3 platforms, because I think at this point, I really need at least one a day for the elections, because I think we need to bombard people, make them aware. There's still people who are not, and for some reason, I am not getting I need to go into the United Neighborhoods Facebook page, for example. I have to go to Nextdoor and look for Gabby's name.
Yeah, that
it doesn't
sucks.
appear
Yeah.
on my feed.
I mean, I wonder if we need to like boost these posts and like figure out a way to boost them, because really that only means, Lizzie, is what that means is like people aren't sharing our posts. You know, that's what it means. So it's like, I don't know.
So
I wonder if we can have some sort of contest for like, do we have any gear that we can give away? Like share our elections post and we'll announce a winner a week of like a UNNC bag or something.
Unfortunately.
Well, I think
know, Laura.
I think we need to like.
Hang on, I'm walking away 1 second. I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, I think we need to take like half a step back and figure out like what our objective is. Because like if you're saying from right now until the 29th, you only want to promote the candidates form, then really like we're kind of early for the candidates form, right? Like, because I think like when we're talking about like social media, any of these all these platforms, like you don't, like if you tell somebody today about something on the 29th, it's like, what does that even mean? And so I think you really want to wait until like the week leading up to it, so that it's really like something that's closer to being actionable than just like this random date 2 weeks away from today. So I mean, maybe what we should do, if you really want to launch or get more awareness about the elections, maybe this week until the middle end of next week, we should still stay in like request a ballot mode or UNNC election mode. Just like
that's
general
fair.
stuff, driving people to the website, driving people to request ballots. We can certainly do that. We can create some generic posts that are just like all about requesting the ballot and run those for the next 7 to 8 days, and then we'll switch to the candidates form stuff when it's much closer. I think, and speaking of the candidates form, if there's some sort of, if we want to make like a Facebook event for Facebook that people can actually like RSVP to, again, like I think like we're competing with so many other things out there, like telling people like some random date that something's happening is a really big ask. Like it's a lot to ask somebody to remember that, and then to actually like show up when that thing happens. So I think like an RSVP, one of those mechanisms is kind of like helps to just like keep us at least like somewhere in the
Would
ethos
it
of.
help to create like an Eventbrite? Do we have an Eventbrite?
Yeah, I mean, so I think that if we're promoting on Facebook, I think you want to keep it as a Facebook event just because like it's all in that same ecosystem. And any of those other platforms are cool as long as there's like sending reminders leading up to it, or something that like puts something in somebody's calendar. That's like my biggest thing is like this idea of getting into people's calendars is where we need to be, because that's I know that's how I function. Like if something is not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. So I mean, maybe we create like a calendar event. Share that. We can share that as a thing for people to like kind of like download and put in their phones. But again, like I think it doesn't really make sense to do that until we're a little bit closer to the actual event. So I will focus. I'll write a note right now to make like a generic like request a ballot social thing that we can start pushing out, and we'll put some money behind it. We'll boost it, and we'll kind of look at we can then check to see what the traffic on the UNNC website is doing, see how effective that's been, and try to get some eyeballs that way.
So at this point, we don't have a request a ballot graphics, right? Oh, I see. Okay, I thought I just missed that. Okay.
Well, we have the
Definitely.
artwork. We have the postcard. We can just use that as a graphic.
Yeah, but I think like
the postcard.
I think like for anything on social, we need to get closer to like whatever the message is. I think saying something as generic as your voice counts, like it's so passable. It's so like scrollable. I think
mean, that's to your point. My neighbors didn't really understand what my yard signs meant, and my parents didn't know how to explain it either, so it's like I definitely agree that we need to be better at adding a call to action, a more succinct call to action. I would like to see that, definitely.
Yeah, it's funny because like
where it says your vote counts, and then it says find out more, and then there's I don't know what else could we say in that limited space that we have.
Yeah, I think like I had the same exact thought when I was driving out of Washington, and I think the signs are beautiful. Like I love just like looking at them, but I'm not sure. I think they could be more effective. I think like vote today or vote now. That's like just more like, wait, what? Vote what? Like, you know what I mean? Like like saying something like your voice counts. Like that could be like, it could be anything. It could be like a Coca-Cola ad. It could be, it could be literally anything.
I don't think we even have the date of the election on there. So, and my Mexican neighbors like, oh, I don't even know how to type in the address.
Also, the thing is that this is such an unorthodox election. Election day is really symbolic because people are going to be submitting their vote by dropping it in a mailbox, and as soon as they get their ballot. And then even to drop it off in the official drop-off box, it's going to be a window of 4 to 5 days. So election day is just the deadline for them to vote. So it's really kind of,
well, you see,
and it's so involved. There's so many steps.
So many steps. That's what's killing it.
Yeah. So I mean, we're just trying our best, but it's the first time for everyone.
And I think, Lindsay, I think you've done a great job. I think that like we've created some really beautiful things that have definitely garnered some attention. But I think all of this is just like a learning experience for all of us, and like it's cool. I mean, the good thing about this being such a long process is that like we can kind of tweak our processes along the way and try to get better as we get closer to May 25th. But it's just, I mean, it's kind of fun to just like to kind of learn as we go. And I mean, I was, like I love our yard signs, but then it was so funny just as like driving down Washington, I was like, could that have been a little bit better? Like, should we have done, like, even I was second guessing it, which tells me a lot,
Yeah. So I think also the fact that they were on the medians, people were telling me we're driving and it's too quick. So now we I actually asked Greg, who's been the one, he's been very kind to install most of them. He's been installing them on sidewalks.
Okay.
And then we're using the little free libraries, which now brings me back to my next
But wait,
point of
I want to stick on this
the
one for one.
pictures.
Hang on one second. I do feel like you should be a little more happy about the results, because I want to say there's at least 1, 2, 3, in my mind, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. There's at least 7 or 8 people who don't know us, who are not on our eBlast MailChimp list at all, who have signed up to be candidates. I mean, the frustrating thing is, even though Lizzie's emailed them now and said, please sign up for getting UNNC emails, they still haven't done that. But they couldn't have been signing up as candidates unless they heard about this on social media, one way or another, because they are not getting our emails. So we did something good. I just don't know, really good. if they're, you know, what do they know what they got into, you know, because they haven't. But anyway, but the social media worked.
Well, the little victories, yeah.
Yeah, it worked. It's just, let's please hope they eventually get our emails. All I'm saying.
And now going back to the yard signs, now everybody wants a yard sign.
Yes, they do.
Last night, Audrey wants one.
Well, take
Lizzie,
and let her have
They've been
it.
stealing them.
Lizzie, Don hasn't put them back up. So I'm wondering,
Gosh. Okay,
never
I'm gonna
mind.
tell him.
You know what? I tried to put it up on his lawn, but it actually, I didn't have enough strength to do it.
I know, it's kind of, you have to do it himself.
And it was also like really random, like this like girl
Yes.
showing up to his like, you know, house and putting signs up. It was just like weird. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna leave it right outside your door.
Hey, I'm selling your house right now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
no,
if you could just
I'll
remind
get
them,
him to
because
tell
I
them.
haven't,
But thank
you
you,
know,
Gabby.
yeah.
Yeah, because he offered. He said, "Yeah, I could put it," and because I was gonna just pick it up and take it somewhere else. But anyway,
Actually,
so,
if he doesn't
yes.
want to do it, I have another neighbor who may be okay with putting it on his. David, do you know David? He lives right
Dave.
next to me. Dave, yeah.
Dave. Oh yes, Dave.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll ask Dave to see if he
Okay.
can put them up if Don doesn't do it.
All right.
I'll just go back to Don's house and steal them.
All right. I will tell him. If you don't put them, they will have them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Gabby. So how about the pictures? Rahim, were you able to talk to
Yeah,
Josh
and
about
so we had a bit of a miscommunication. He'd been uploading them to a place that we didn't realize he was uploading them to.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna look at them again right now while I have. You know what? I'll probably share. If somebody makes me a co-host, I can.
Because that would be also great to have them in our ads, in our posts here, the yard sign, because they're so cute. I have taken pictures of the one at one of the little free libraries. It's really cute because the little free library looks like the miniature version of the house, and then the little free library, and there's the sign right underneath. It's really cute.
Yeah, so we have here. Let me. So we have like a handful. And I think I sent him last week.
So that one's new. That's the vote.
Yeah.
Your vote counts. Okay.
Oh, that's one that's on my block. Crazy.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have a handful, and I sent him that list that Greg sent. I think it was this week. So we have a call with him tomorrow morning. I can ask if he had a chance to take any new ones.
Because it'd be nice also to have them with people. Don't you think? With people engaging with the signs, looking at the signs.
How does one engage with a sign? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I wrote my suggestions. I just thought, you know, it might be reacting to the sign.
Yeah, I think that like when I'm if we're gonna make, well, yeah, I guess there's a couple of different ways I could. I think leaving some free space on the photo if we want to put any additional text messaging,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
URL or whatever, anything else is helpful. I'm trying to run through in my mind like what we gain by like seeing somebody with the sign and like what
Well,
I
what
mean, it
somebody
would
could
be
be
cool
doing.
to have like, people just smiling and like, standing beside the sign. We've done that for Culver City. Just to
Yeah.
showcase the diversity, of different
Exactly.
people
That would
live in
be
our
another
neighborhoods.
chance to. Gabby, your parents would be great.
I know, and my dad wasn't available. My mom
There we
didn't
go.
want to do it by herself, but if I get Dave to put it on his lawn, I'll just like snap a picture of my parents right next
Yeah.
to
Yes.
smiling.
Laura's trying to talk again. I can't believe I'm having
go
trouble
ahead.
with this. If you want to set up a photo op of some sort, one that would look good would be having someone at the little library that you were talking about, Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
a photo op would be a person grabbing one of the postcards out of that little library with the book, looking at the postcard. You see the little library, you see the books, you see our sign. And it would be a nice, and then the real house is in the background. And we're not journalists. You're allowed to do a photo op. I mean, so I just don't know who it would be because it shouldn't be you. But you could bring them there with a photographer. So
yeah, so Lizzie, if you have like a handful of people that you want to have pose in front of signs, we can do that. We can set up a day. We can see if Josh is available to do this, and have him just go snap some. We can do maybe like three at three different locations. We can totally do that.
All right.
And Lizzie, question, because I've forgotten already, is the sign that's on that little library that we're talking about, what color is it? Is it a green sign or a red sign? Do you remember?
It's the one in English.
Okay.
So it's brown. It's the brown one.
It's the brownie red one.
Yes.
So the person should wear yellow. Just saying. No, you think I am joking, and I am not. I'm going to tell you probably don't know. I used to be a photo editor at Time magazine, and our chief competitor was Newsweek. And going back to that era, all the Time photographers would bring red things for people, and the Newsweek photographers would bring yellow things, and it was distinctive. So those are the two colors that pop out. So
okay.
So, but if we have a brownie red sign, you don't want a person wearing a bright red outfit.
Yes. Okay. I understand. All right. So
you thought I was joking, but I wasn't.
Okay. All right.
So not only do you have to find people, you have to then tell them what to wear.
Exactly.
Yes,
also.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. We can discuss that offline later. All right. So now I need to say this. I'm concerned about the fact that the access. So moving forward, because when the elections is done, then I'm gonna go back to focus again on outreach, and all the campaigns that will come from it. So my concern just for a little while has been that sometimes there's things that are time sensitive that we need to post on short notice. And I can fill out forms, I can make the requests, but life gets in the way, and it's either you, Rahim, or you, Gabby, the ones who have access to posting. And it kind of leaves me in this difficult situation where sometimes if something is not posted on a timely basis, then it's gone. So how do we mitigate for that? And I mean, sometimes, if it needs to be done, I'll post something from my personal page and just post wherever I think I can post. But even that, it just takes more effort. So my
Yeah.
question is, as a chair of outreach, do you feel that would you agree that there are times when it might benefit all of us for me to have access to posting?
I wish I could nod my head even harder, but yeah. Absolutely. I think, Gabby and I are, I think we're both totally open to more people having the keys to everything we have the keys to. Yeah, I'm happy to make you an admin on the Facebook page like tonight.
And I wonder if we can have added to Nextdoor too, Raheem.
Because Nextdoor is it's just a login, right? It's a login that we both use, right?
Yeah, but we have to set up our emails. I think we could have up to 3, so I think it would be fine to add Lizzie. Let me just email the person in charge of that. I should probably ask, like, once I'm no longer a board member, do I give up access? I'm assuming yes, but because I'm still a member of the communications committee.
It's still the communications
No,
committee.
if you are.
So
okay, yeah.
You're not going anywhere, kid.
Yeah, as long as Gabby, as long as you're the co-chair, but I think we do need to, not today. We will need to set up something where the board votes that these titles are admins, not these people, right? In other words, we don't have that protocol set up, and I think that the whole thing with the done and the social media, digital policy, blah blah blah, which we oppose, but I think they do want boards to know who has access. So we can't spread it to everybody, but I don't think there's any reason why chairs and co-chairs, they should have access.
And especially also, those of marketing and outreach.
Yeah. No, I don't mean all chairs. I meant outreach and communications. Exactly. And the question would be, going forward at the board level, at the executive, officers level, what, next year, not now, what would that look like? But also the thing that I learned, because it was like, oh, look, I'm MailChimp. I just noticed, I don't know, I've been doing this thing with the MailChimp for 1.5 years. Look, you can share it on Facebook, but guess what? No, you can't. You can. I could have shared any post any MailChimp e-blast I have done. I can share to Facebook, but I can only share to my Facebook or a Facebook where I have posting admin privileges, or or I can share it to Kenny Heights because all members can post. So I think we need to somehow embed our MailChimp with it has admin, not the individual who happens to be using it. I don't know if we can. That's another whole other thing, because as soon as I tried to share, it recognized that I was Laura, not that I was UNNC. Right, and
I think that
should recognize that I'm UNNC and allow me into the UNNC Facebook. So
probably just because you're logged into your regular Facebook.
I'm always logged into Facebook. Yeah,
that's why. And I think there's probably a larger conversation we had there about whether like every e-blast should be a Facebook post, and
it should not. No. One needs to be judicious, but at the moment, none of them are. Unless Raheem, you're able to go into MailChimp and grab it and post it, which you might be, because you have access to the MailChimp.
I did at one point, yeah.
So I never took it away, so you do, I guess. I've left everything the way I found it.
Yeah, but I think we should automate whatever that process is, but then figure out which of those blasts become.
For example, I've not been on my game the last 2 weeks because I've been knee deep in this other thing. But if I wanted to post to do a MailChimp standalone on CD10 vaccines starting next Tuesday, every Tuesday till the end of May. That's a flyer, that's sort of a standalone flyer thing. And it would be so easy to share it to Facebook if only it was, right?
Mhm.
But the agendas, no, that'd be boring. And the long news and updates would be too long. No, I know, but we do standalone things as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
no, I mean, it was just interesting because there is this opportunity and then not really. I mean, I can Twitter it too, just so you know. And it
It'd
looks
be
like that would
Twittering
be
into a-
easy, except whatever.
Yeah, we have like 0 Twitter followers, so.
Right.
But Lizzie, back to your question. Yeah, so however you want to proceed, I'm happy to make you an admin right now. I think, since I think the easy way to proceed is like if there's something that you need to have posted and you're not getting an answer, like shoot Gabby and I like a group text and we can just kind of like go that way and say, oh, sorry, I got it, or, tweak it if we need to, but like that, I think that's probably the good way to go.
Yeah. Yes, because I think that would really facilitate things and so that we would have more content on our pages. Because right now it's kind of
We have spurts. So
very
we have
limited.
spurts of activity, and then we have
Yes,
valleys
moments of
of
silence.
nothingness.
Where you know that both Rahim and I are busy.
Yeah.
I totally
So
get it.
Can we just circle back? Is there a reason why you couldn't set Lizzie up as an admin now?
No,
For-
I said that I will.
No, you said you would.
Yes,
Okay.
he's gonna do that. So
It's on my list of things to do.
Okay,
Oh.
good. Because when
Thanks,
I said that bureaucratic thing, I really meant July. The bureaucratic thing would be July, not now. When Gabby's not on the board anymore, I think we have to then do a bureaucratic voting thing.
Yeah.
Lizzie, I just sent the request to Nextdoor, the Nextdoor admin, to add you as well.
Okay.
And I totally forgot to CC you, but I just sent you the FYI, and perhaps
Yes.
she'll CC you on her response, or I will.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
No, thank you for your willingness to help.
Sure. I think that's all I have regarding elections. Laura, is there anything else?
That we've talked about in our hourly 3 times a week conversations.
Oh, it's already 9.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm
Gabby needs to go to bed.
Yeah, my brain disappeared a week ago. Yeah, I mean the main thing is, since we have a grid of things to promote, we just need to be really careful to keep the elections at the top of the list and other things. So yeah, but and hopefully maybe the 2 people running for Arlington Heights and Angeles Vista might engage with the Arlington Heights Neighborhood Association if we're lucky. So Lizzie, maybe I mean, would have you guys been having any meetings at all, Rahim?
We've been having like unofficial meetings, like just like little steering committee kind of meetings.
Okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I have a question. So people here in Jefferson Park, we don't have a neighborhood association yet. So we kind of need some guidance on how to do that, especially because there's a lot of increasing filming going on. And neighbors are exactly, and neighbors are really,
well,
there's so much that
can't you guys revive Jefferson Park United? I mean, it has a structure, it just doesn't have members at this point.
But the HPO, the Friends of the HPOZ,
no. Jefferson Park United. It's the umbrella that Norman Gilmore and Steve Peckman. I mean, it's still
yeah, but no, they are not going to want to be involved at all. So it's gonna be new people, if anything.
That's not what I mean, but it's okay. They have a website. Shouldn't you revive it? It exists.
That is also another problem. It's,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Start
All right,
fresh.
I'm just
Start
saying.
fresh.
Just saying, we can't solve all your problems here, but you know, there's I don't think Arlington Heights you did not try to do 501c3, right?
Not yet. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
I have a dumb question. Arlington and 24th falls in which neighborhood?
which side of the street?
Oh, well, I was just like, I think it's so dumb that they added a no left turn there. And
Yeah.
so I'm like,
can I
who
just
made
say-
that happen?
Well, there's Kinney Heights and there's West Adams Avenues, and they're having the competing who can add more signs faster. And Jasmine might want to weigh in on this because it probably affects her ability to get home from work, and she's here. But
yeah, it totally affects mine. I'm like, this is so annoying because I can't turn left now, and I have to turn left on Arlington and Adams, where I can't see cars coming.
You can't turn left on Arlington and Adams during rush hour, can you? Isn't there no
Not
left
till after
turn?
No,
7,
not during rush hour. I don't get home until after rush hour, but it's still annoying because there's been so many accidents in Arlington and Adams because people can't see the cars approaching.
No,
from the hill.
I mean, I think you need to safely go down, sadly, all the way to 29th, turn left there at the
Well,
light.
now I do. Now I do because there's no left turn anymore. And I'm like,
That is correct.
this is so dumb.
So that would be Kinney Heights you're complaining about because you're heading south. Anyway, Kinney Heights is on the east side and West Adams Avenues is on the west side.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I almost want to go and like take that sign off. Makes me so mad.
You know, the person whose house I'm sitting in just defies it, and he turns wherever he wants because it makes him mad. But
yeah, well, I have
more
turned
mad
there.
when he gets a ticket.
I'm gonna stick it to the man.
Yeah. Well, I think the man.
You and I can go tear down those signs.
What happened, Jasmine?
We're gonna go in the middle of the night. I said, you and I can go in the middle of the night and tear down the signs and tear up those stupid columns.
We are.
Trust me.
This is now officially a conspiracy. There's more than one person involved. Anybody listening, I have no involvement in this plan.
Lots of people upset and lots of other people who are so happy that this is in place.
Yeah.
It's a difficult, you know, it's when you, it's one of those things where the one thing goes up and it just pushes out, you know, the in another place. So it's just creating problems all across. But Gabby, obviously the safest thing for you is go down to 29th.
Mm-hmm.
So sad, but true.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, Laura, I actually can't turn during rush hour to get to my home. So I'm not sure what they expect us to do.
I don't know what they expect. I just don't know what they expect you to do because there's no way, no place. Yeah. I mean, they expect you to go all the way to Crenshaw and get off there and then go south to Adams, take Adams to wherever you want to go.
Well, I live by the park. So
I know where you live. I'm telling you. Yeah, no, I know exactly where you live. I'm saying the only thing I can think of is get off at Crenshaw because there's no restrictions on turning. Just saying. An extra mile. You have to go an extra mile.
Yeah. So that a few people can be happy on their block.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair. Well,
okay, anyway,
nobody wants to hear my solution. My solution is
what's your solution?
Eliminate on-ramps and off-ramps at Arlington. The end. And the reason I say that is you don't even know how many houses have been hit by cars. And that includes one of ours.
Yes.
I mean, whole houses.
And people.
And people have died.
And people.
People have died.
Fatalities.
Arlington was never meant for this volume of traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
Having said that, my idea is completely out of line, unpopular, will never happen. And so,
well, it's popular with the elections and outreach committee.
I guess so. I guess so. But no, I mean, seriously, if you go up and down Arlington, there have been so many car crashes. There used to be street racing, and when Arlington was under, they had Arlington like an open gaping wound for almost a year. This be back in the early 90s, from Adams to Jefferson, where supposedly at the end of it was a big sewer project or something, but they were going to get rid of the bump or the the dip, and they did not. So cars still go flying down that. They
I remember
repaved the whole
as
thing.
a kid. I remember as
The
a
double
kid
double.
going down Arlington and being like,
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
So when it was open, David Saffer and I took truckload after truckload of Arroyo stone out from in these deep holes in Arlington and took them up to South Sea's house. So that's all that stone up at South Sea's house came out of the earth under
wow.
Arlington. Well, because it was the former riverbed of the LA River. I don't know if you all know that, but the LA River used to go out to the ocean this way and not down to San Pedro. And so we took all that Arroyo stone out, but then they didn't get rid of the, whoop-de-doo. The roller coaster's still there.
it's
Yeah.
a little
So
less
are
pronounced,
we
but it's still there.
sinking, Laura? Are we sinking?
I don't know, but that is why there was so much damage during the 1994 earthquake. It's because the land in Jefferson Park is on a riverbed. So there's a lot of yeah.
Wish I had known that before.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, and then when you go up the hill, so when you hit Adams, the top of Adams, that's granite, because that was the, that
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then I'm moving out.
so.
All right. Well, we have definitely gone over our time, but
Yes.
it's a nice conversation.
Yeah.
So next item, are you done, Lizzie, with all UNNC?
I am. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
so
you
then
so
we have a
much.
couple of follow-ups that we'll need to do with, we'll discuss with we have a graphics team meeting tomorrow that will follow up on a couple of things. And again, if we don't get those headers, if you don't get the header, we'll follow up with him tomorrow. Same with the pictures of the people. We'll have to find a time for that too.
Yeah. So how should we do that, Lizzie? Do you want to give us a date that you're targeting, and or give us a couple dates, and we'll kind of liaise with Josh about that, or how do you want to do it? Or should we get dates from him and come back to you with those dates?
Oh, well, I guess I will try to get the people first, and then
Okay.
and then.
Well, you know what? Since we have Josh tomorrow, let me get a couple dates from him tomorrow, and I'll shoot you those tomorrow. That way, as you're talking to people, you can kind of give them an idea of when.
Or just make it easier if he has friends, if he can find a family, just.
I mean, Jasmine seems to be a good model.
Yes, maybe Jasmine.
No, you guys, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Jasmine, are you running unopposed? You're running unopposed. You could do it.
Wait, what am I doing?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Okay.
For a minute, that would be unethical since you're a
so
candidate.
maybe not.
Yeah,
it
maybe
might not be a good idea. No, Jasmine is a candidate. Let's keep her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, someone that isn't. I can make my parents available, Lizzie. Just let me know when.
Okay.
And I'll ask them.
Yes, that would be so sweet. They would have a nice picture too. For the memories. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they have taken a picture together in years.
Yeah. Take the dog too. The dog with a floppy.
Yeah, the one that's always wandering around. My neighbors hate me, you guys. Because my dog is always like getting out of the house and like.
Are you one of the ones on next door?
Right.
I don't know.
He's very cute because one ear is up and the other one is like this.
No, well, let me tell you, we have an Akita Mastiff mix. I might be on next door actually, because all the people be talking shit. But I have a Bull Mastiff, and he sometimes pushes the door and gets out. He doesn't do anything to people, but he looks scary as heck, and I don't blame them for being scared.
Yeah,
but
I would write about you on next door for sure if I ever saw you there. Sure.
I know.
Well, there's not so much.
The worst.
There's not so much on next door about bad owners, luckily, because I had a big. His name was Muggsy. I had a big 85-pound pit bull bulldogs, whatever mix. But yeah, he was out all the time. because any sharp noise, I mean, the problem with pit bulls, period, is that they can get out of anything. So you just have to hope they're nice. And so many of them are not, but mine would get out and then run for a mile and sit down and wait till somebody would rescue him. And it got to the point where he was at the pound so many times that they would just call me direct. They wouldn't, they just, Laura, your dog's here again. No, it was terrible. It was just terrible because he was huge and he was ugly, and how he became mine is somebody threw him out of a moving vehicle and he rolled into my front yard.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Poor
exactly.
thing.
It was
Jesus.
awful. And
Well, let me know if you see a bull mastiff on next door. Share that with me. I apologize. It's just this damn dog. He gets out all the time. I can't help it.
Oh my gosh.
now I'm so sympathetic because again, and then I had the other. I had 2 pit bulls, and the other one lived in my house. But when I let her out, if it was whatever, if I made the error, then she would run over to McDonald's at 18th and Western, and again beg people for hamburgers as if I never fed her. I mean, but if she's like, it's terrible.
That's terrible.
It was terrible. It was just terrible.
Oh yeah.
But luckily they were nice dogs.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, guys.
That seems to be it.
Nice meeting.
Now adjourned.
Yes.
Good meeting. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Take care,
Okay.
everyone.
Okay,
All right.
bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Good night.
Gabby. So Raheem, did you want to? Nope, I guess not.
He was ready to go.
He was. I thought he was
Right.
going to tell me something about the Arlington Heights event that he wants us to fund. But anyway,
All righty.
All right,
Well, have
he'll
a good
email me.
night.
bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, Jasmine.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I was driving. Can't find the mute button.
Yeah, I'm ending the meeting now.
It works for me. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Jasmine.